Carlo broke the internet again, guys. But the question is, did he do it? I don't think he did. Let's break it down. But first, if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna get in some of these YouTube comments because y'all been showing so much love on these videos. Only right that I show love back to y'all. First, my boy Wham says, event looks like it's gonna be good this time around. Interesting cars people want, just need to be obtainable. Facts. So the one thing I like about this event this time around, obviously the Invincibles are unobtainable for just about anybody. The 100 overalls don't seem that good. So low-key, it seems like the Dark Matters are the steal of this event. And you can get 2 of the Dark Matters, no money spent. You can get 1 of the 15s and 1 of the 8s, along with the Pink Diamond Klingon, who's a beast. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this event. Next, this one isn't a YouTube comment, but this was actually a question I got on Twitter for the podcast. It says, what has been your guys' favorite aspect or part of my team in past years that's missing this year? Or something you hope to see return next year? So I want you guys to answer this question as well, but I'll go ahead and go first. For me, my answer was the token market. I always talk about I miss the token market. I think it's always a good background grind. So I wish they bring that back next year, but let me know what's one thing you wish they bring back. As always, if you want a chance to get featured in the next video, be sure to leave a comment down below. It could be a question for me. It could be a comment about something I talked about in the video. It could be a suggestion, a prediction, anything like that. Leave a comment down below for a chance to get featured in the next video. All right, now let's get down to business and defeat the Huns. All right, I'm gonna try and keep this as close to chronological order as possible with giving you guys all the information, okay? It all started with Carlo's tweet saying, I just got the greatest snipe in my team history and forgot to clip it. That snipe, Invincible win me for 500 MT. So obviously that sounded a lot of alarms and people just thought, quite frankly, there's no way it was possible. People automatically went to, Photoshop or, something fishy was going on. Spades 2K decided to make it his personal mission to get to the bottom of this. I'll full screen on some of these text messages, but essentially Spades says, so Carlo wanted to buy this guy's account with an Invincible Wimby on it. They came to an agreement on the price, and within a few hours, Carlo snipes one for 500 MT. A huge coincidence, or he bought MT. Carlo's getting banned, not looking good. Okay, so Spades, had someone reach out to him with this information, and off rip, that really wasn't a good look because, one thing I don't really believe in is coincidence. But, we need to see all the facts before we start coming to a conclusion. That's why I wanted to talk about this, last night when it happened, but I wanted to wait and see all the details. When I say last night, I mean 2 nights ago when you guys are watching this. But I wanted to wait and see all the details before I came to my conclusion. Next, he actually got a screenshot also from an MT seller saying it's $10 per 100K. It's a simple method. I snipe cards on your account. You can either keep the cards or sell them. It only works for PS at the moment, and there hasn't been any bans at all since it doesn't violate TOS. But it's completely up to you if you want to buy. So the issue with this is, from this message, it doesn't seem like it lines up with exactly what he's accusing Carlo of doing, in my opinion. Because Carlo got a snipe for 500 MT. This guy saying he logs on your account and snipes cards for you. It'd be the same thing as if Carlo trying to snipe an Invincible, in my opinion. He's just doing the sniping for you. He's taking the time to do it as opposed to you having to do it yourself compared to this method. So there's another method going around, which is apparently saying that people, will post snipes for you and they'll log on your account to get the snipe. I don't know exactly all the details, but this screenshot in particular doesn't exactly fit Spades' narrative, in my opinion. So obviously Tydebo took the opportunity because Carlo was very quick to report his situation. So Tydebo saw this as an opportunity to get his get back. I'm not gonna lie. Tydebo made some good points in this video, but essentially I feel like this was his way of trying to get back at Carlo, which he has the right to do so. For instance, I reported on the primetime KG situation. I haven't had a conversation with KG, but I think he has a right to be upset with me. When I made that video, I didn't really know how this whole King of the Court thing went down. I didn't know that, quite frankly, it's very murky waters and everybody's cheating pretty much. So when I made my video accusing him of cheating, which he did, I'm not gonna act like he didn't. I was ill-informed on that. The fact is kind of what happens. So for instance, if Primetime KG did feel some type of way about me, which I'm not sure if he does, haven't talked to him, and I was Carlo, and it came out that maybe I was buying MT, even if Primetime KG didn't come out and say like, ban gaming dad, I'm pretty sure behind the scenes he'd have a little smirk on his face. Like, isn't this ironic? So I think Ty has the right to feel some type of way about this Carlo situation. But the fact of the matter is there just wasn't enough proof at all. You know, the chances of him getting extremely lucky getting a win for 500 MT are very low, but there's no proof. But DBG actually came out, and in my opinion, Carlo owes DBG a check, because DBG came and saved the day and kind of proved that there's like no way Carlo could have been faking this. And this is exactly what he had to say.
So as you can see here, search results. So I'm going to go and buy a card right now. I'm going to show you guys. So I'm going to go into my auction house. I'm going to search just player minimum buyout 600. I'm just going to buy an emerald to show you guys. So as you guys can see, I'm going to take off my camera. Search results. So I'm going to pay 600 for the emeralds. Confirm. So it's in my search results. And then as soon as I get off this screen and I search again, it's no longer in the search results. It is in fact in my active bids. And if you're looking right here with Carlo, search results, which means he was on the page where you get the card, which means he was on the page.
You know, kudos to DBG. Kudos to DBG. And that's exactly why I waited to make this video, because I thought he was guilty. I'm not gonna lie, but I didn't want to come out and make a video about it until I kind of saw more details. And DBG has me convinced that he's not guilty. Spades came out and further said that essentially, if you're on PS5, you could put the PS5 in rest mode and it'll still show that screen. At that point, I just think, you know, that's doing entirely too much. I don't think it happened that way. And DBG pretty much said in his video, what more than likely happened was Carlo kind of caught the bag and intercepted the bag from somebody else. Possibly somebody else was buying a Wimby and Carlo caught the snipe, which is not illegal at all. But what I will say is Carlo is kind of being a hypocrite here just a little bit, in the sense of he was quick to report on the Primetime KG thing, which I thought he was okay to do so because it directly affected him. He kind of, in a sense, I'm not gonna say he got Tydebo banned, but he made a video saying Tydebo was a cheater, and he has proof, and there's proof that he was trying to buy an account, which is against terms of service. Should Carlo get banned? No. He didn't buy the account. He didn't break terms of service. It's that simple. He didn't go through with it, so there's no proof that anything happened. But he tried, and I think that's what's a little hypocritical about it, because Tydebo gave himself an unfair advantage by asking the guy to quit, and he, you know, the guy asked for some money. He said he'd give him some money. That's an unfair advantage, okay? Primetime KG had an unfair advantage by having Crab play on his account. Now, like I said, I figured out King of the Court is murky waters. Everybody's doing it. But Carlo went and was going to buy an account with the Wimby on it. If he played King of the Court and won King of the Court with that account, wouldn't that be giving himself an unfair advantage also? Once again, not saying Carlo should be banned. I didn't think Tydebo should be banned. And looking back at it, I don't think KG should have been banned either. But Carlo, you're mad at them for giving themselves an advantage when you tried to do the same thing. Now, granted, if you were gonna use this for a series or whatever, I get it, but still, TOS is TOS, and if you're gonna be mad at somebody else for breaking it, you should not be openly talking about breaking it yourself. That's just my 2 cents. But the biggest repercussion from this all, watching the DBG video is funny because I was thinking exactly what he said. They're gonna like mess this up. The 2K is gonna mess up this auction house because people don't know how to act right, man. Now the method's out. For the longest time, I was trying to figure out how people were buying and selling MT. Now the method's out, guys. So essentially 2K has 1 of 2 options. Actually 1 of 3 options. 1, ban sniping, or escrow is gonna go insane. If you're gonna snipe for 500 MT, it's gonna get reversed, no questions asked, which is an L for the community. 2, make all the best cards special inserts that are unsellable. So the only way you can get those cards is through packs. 3, go back to the player market, which I doubt's gonna happen. More than likely one of the first 2 things is gonna happen, but all 3 things are L's, and it's simply because we don't know how to act right. That's really what it is. They cracked down on MT buying in 2K23. They took away the auction house 2K24. They gave it back to us 2K25, and people had to try to find a way to work around it. Not saying Carlo was doing it, because I think at this point I don't think he was, but people in general had to find a way to work around it, and 2K unfortunately is going to find a way to fix it. Oh man, that was a long rant. Okay, so now something a little bit less serious. NBA 2K stake mode, STK mode, says park runs and me repping higher. I just thought this was funny because it gave me like my career nostalgia. I remember back in the day being on my career Twitter, being on my career Facebook, and everybody said, you know, park runs, all-star 2 and up, or, you know, legend and up, or 60 win percentage and up. I just wanted to, I don't know, just gave me park nostalgia. You feel me? Lethal 2K tweeted, Flight just posted this new $20,000 team and it's crazy. So I'll full screen this for you guys. But the team's not a $20,000 team. I'm not saying he didn't spend that, but if he did spend $20,000 on this team, it is either the worst pack luck or he had the worst selection of packs to open and he didn't redeem any of his collectibles from the event, because this team, $20,000, I promise you, you could build a way better team with $20,000. CB the Grim Reaper collected every card from the new event. And I didn't even realize there was a collection for this with 40 legend badges. That's insane. I was just talking about in the last episode that, you know, maybe they drop a legend badge pack for like $100 or $50. Now seeing what they actually got this priced at, yeah, no way that's gonna happen, because this event is worth so much money. And kudos to dude for actually getting all these cards. Shouts out to you. Lastly, 2K didn't lie. They kind of stretched the truth a little bit to us. Who remembers this tweet? It says, how many of the 16 Pink Diamond playoff players have you locked in so far? Don't forget, you'll need the Pink Diamonds from the winning teams to advance to the next round of Spotlight Sims. Those Spotlight Sims came out today. You need all the cards to do these challenges. I just think it's a little weird that they came out and said you'll need the players from the winning teams, when in reality that's just a complete stretching of the truth, because you need all the players. I don't know, man, it just doesn't make sense to me. Alrighty, we're gonna get into creator spotlight, and I'm not gonna hold you. This is mostly gonna be about me because I got a lot of big announcements to make. So first of all, if you don't follow me on Twitter, why aren't you following me on Twitter? But I dropped this trailer for my new series coming out on Friday. I've gathered 10 of your favorite 2K content creators to complete in weekly hectic challenges. But there's a catch. Every week, one of the creators gets voted off the show. How can they prevent this? There's a hidden challenge every single week that gives them a chance to get immunity for a voting of their choice. The winner will get sent home with the Elgato product of their choice. Who will rise to the top and who will get sent home? Welcome to MyTEAM Mayhem. So essentially, like I explained it pretty well. It's a really fun series. Think about Survivor meets 2K. It's super fun. It was super fun to record, and I can't wait for you guys to enjoy it. 2, we dropped the podcast on Sunday with JC2K. Was a great guest, was a great listen. He was very well spoken, was able to explain his opinions very thoroughly and kind of very, what's the word for it? He conveyed himself very well so you can understand his points. So shouts out to JC. It was a great episode. If you have not checked that out, be sure to go check it out as well. Lastly, be sure to go check out the podcast this Thursday. We're gonna have another guest, and also we have a big announcement on the podcast. So be sure to stay tuned for that podcast Thursday, and that's gonna be 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Huge announcement. If you miss it, you can always watch it the next day also. One video I did want to show love on was my boy No Return MG. Speaking about MT making the legal way, No Return made a video about the best way to earn MT in MyTEAM right now. Definitely a good watch, so be sure to go check that out. It'll help you guys out a ton. All right, let's get into the moments in NBA history. We'd like to cover some moments from today's date in different years in NBA history, so we can give y'all some ball knowledge. Pause. So first, in '94, the Nuggets upset the Supersonics 98-94 in overtime to be the first team to upset the #1 seed as a #8 seed ever since it went to a best-of-5 format. Lastly, one of the most iconic moments in NBA history, Reggie Miller scored 8 points, 2 threes, and 2 gaming free throws over the final 16.4 seconds of the game. I know everybody remembers that game, man. As always, I appreciate everybody making it all the way through to the end of this video. Y'all keep showing love even though I've slowed down on the videos. I promise I'm still working. It's just I got some bigger things going on. I'm trying to get some big ideas like you guys saw in the trailer. So I'm trying to keep things going. And it's just taking more time than I thought. So I'm gonna keep doing the news videos. I'm gonna keep them coming once or twice a week. But trust me when I say I got some big things happening behind the scenes. As always, y'all be safe. Peace.